In today's video, I will cover what support you can get when you're raising kids in Norway. I will name welfare benefits, cash payments, reduced payments for activities, tax deductions and stipends for families with normal to low income. There has been a lot of changes in this area in the past few years, but in this video, I will give you information updated for 2025. So stay with me and find out if you missed some of these goodies. Let's start with birth. In Norway, if you didn't work enough to earn parental leave money, you can apply for one-time cash payment called Engangstønad. For 2025, this grant is 92,648 Norwegian kroners, and it is tax-free. So the main rules to get this payment is to be a member of National Insurance Scheme for the last 12 months before your due date. If you live in Norway, you are usually a member. So previously, it was not a rule to be a member for 12 months, but now it has changed. So be aware that if you live in Norway for less than 12 months, you might not be qualified for this payment. To get it, you need to send application to NAV. You need to be at least 22 weeks pregnant and get a paper from your doctor or midwife confirming your due date with their signature. This paper you attach to your application. Usually it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get the answer from NAV, and you get money straight away after they approved your application. You also have right for this payment if you study in Norway or if you study abroad and eligible for stipend from Lånekassen. Also, you can get this money when you're traveling abroad or temporarily living abroad, but still a member of a national insurance scheme. However, the abroad stay should be no longer than 12 months. It's worth noting that you can choose this grant even if you have right for parental leave money. Here you need to see what suits you best in the situation. After your child is born, you will get a benefit called Barnetrygd. It's child benefit, and this will be given automatically from NAV if you live in Norway for more than 12 months and give birth in Norway. This payment is 1,766 kroner for 2025, and NAV sends it until the child is 18 years old, provided that you live in Norway. If you give birth abroad, then you need to send the application to NAV yourself. The same applies if you move with kids to Norway. You need to send the application yourself. If you forget to apply in time, NAV can send you money for 3 months back in time. Next is your encounter with Norwegian kindergarten. During these times, we can get two things. First one will be a reduced payment. So if you have a medium to low income, you need to apply through your kommune page. Just type in redusert pris for barnehage and the name of your kommune. In Oslo kommune, for example, you need to send application just once when you apply for the first time. And later on, every year, they will check automatically if you can get a deduction in price. Check the salary limits on page of your kommune. In Oslo, it was around 366,000 kroner a year brutto income for family. The second thing is free hours. In some areas of Norway, you can get free hours in kindergarten. In Oslo, for example, it's 20 hours a week for kids born between 2019 and 2022. If the family has income of less than 642,700 kroner before tax. There is a discount on second child, 30%, and the third child goes for free, given that all of them are going to kindergarten at the same time. Another benefit you can get, it's called Kontantstøtte. It's a monthly cash payment if your child is not attending kindergarten after he's 1 year old. So if your kid doesn't go to kindergarten between 13 and 19 months old, you can apply for this benefit. The full payment is 7,500 Norwegian kroner for 2025. The government made some changes in the last year, and the requirements for getting this payment now stricter. You need to live in Norway for 5 years, and if both parents live with the child, then both parents need to be members of National Insurance Scheme for 5 years. Actually, on the NAV page, it says that you can still apply for this benefit and they can approve it in some cases when you have a strong connection to the country. But when I read in the law itself, there was absolutely nothing about exceptions from this rule of living for 5 years. So if you want to appeal the decision, you have nothing to really go on. And if you're eligible for this benefit, you need to apply to NAV. If your child goes to kindergarten part-time, then the payment will be reduced based on how many hours your kid is actually in kindergarten. So if the kid goes, for example, 50%, then you will get 3,200 kronos. Be aware that if you live separately from other parent and have shared custody like Bostøtte, where the child supposedly live in both places, NAV actually can split the payment between you two. If the video is useful for you so far, please subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. Next on is the reduced payment for ACS or activity school, which kid is attending before school start in the morning and after the school day is finished, usually from 2 o'clock. So it will be from 7:30 in the morning to the school start and from 2 o'clock to 4:30 usually. The school in Norway itself is free, but not everyone can pick up their kids at 2 o'clock, of course. So school have this activity program after. For that we need to pay. And this payment can be reduced based on your income. The government made more changes last year and providing now part-time of this activity school for free, which is nice. I don't know if it works in every commune, but at least in Oslo you get 50% ACS for free and the rest you need to pay. If you know that your income is low, you can always ask for reduced payment for ACS. Usually you can do it by sending mail to the leader of your ACS or maybe secretary in the school. In many places in Norway, if your child attends sports sections in specialized multi-sport schools, you can reduce your membership payment and semester payments significantly if you have low income. What you need to do is to contact the head of the training usually and explain the situation. They will take it from there. Norway believes in principle that everyone should have right to activities no matter income. In some cases it will be free if you have low income, or you will be asked to help in different form than money. For example, with cleaning, repairs, or whatever related to club social works there. Usually it's called Deductions, or also can be some other contributions. Because of the point I mentioned previously about equality and availability of activities for kids from families with low income, there are always extra grants or payments you can ask for in your commune. Usually this information is available on official webpage. If you have kids and study, you can apply for child stipend from Lånekassen. It's not the same as to apply for the loan, just so you know, but it is given to you only when you have right for the loan or for the stipend itself. For 2025 it was 2,028 Norwegian kroner for each child if you study full-time. This amount is decreased proportionally based on how much you study. You can apply while studying not only in the university but also in a high school called videregående in Norway. Another thing to look into is Bostøtte. This is a compensation for housing that you get monthly if your income is low and housing expenses is high. The amount is based on your income, but with each kid you're having in your household, the limit is increasing. So if you have one income and more than 2 kids, most probably you can get some money from Husbanken. Last year, for example, Husbanken was also paying a good compensation for electricity. If you were approved for housing compensation, you got a fixed amount for electricity as well. Last year it was all from 1,500 kron to 2,500 kron in the winter months, and plus 150 crowns for each registered child in the household. Besides everything I named previously, you have the right to tax deductions related to your kids. It includes traveling expenses, activities, childcare, and so on. I won't go deeper into details in this video because I already actually spoke about it in one of my previous videos. Here you can check if you didn't watch it yet. Separately, I want to mention the help that you can ask from NAV if your child needs special assistance or have health-related issues. You can ask for compensation for glasses, for example, for braces for teeth. One of my kids needs to wear glasses, and every year we go for a checkup. After that, I apply for compensation from NAV if new glasses is needed. It covers fully the abonnement and the new glasses itself. I'm not sure if this compensation is income-based or it's based on the seriousness of the health issues, but I got around 2,500 Norwegian kroner in the time I applied. You can also apply for compensation if you need to pay for the special care for your child or need to stay home because your child is sick. I hope this video was useful for you. Remember to subscribe so we stay connected, and I see you in the next one.